what we do.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight on Stark County with Pam Cook and Gary Rivers.
Welcome to our Wednesday morning edition of Spotlight on News Talk 1480 WHBC. I'm Gary Rivers, and if you're playing along at home or in the office, we are on Facebook Live right now. Hi, everybody. And we've got 3 guests in the studio this morning. Our Spotlight is on the Court Angels program, and to my immediate right is Judge Dixie Park, who is becoming a familiar face here in the studios. Plus, joining us is Court Angel Patty Miller and Jennifer Bergert, the director of the Court Angels program. So we're going to talk to all 3 of them this morning about this very, very important program. First, I'm going to direct my first question to Judge Dixie Park and say, what is the Court Angel program for those who might be unaware?
The Court Angel program is a volunteer program.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteers are trained to make visits to our wards. The court has over 1,700 individuals under guardianship. And also to assist the guardians in case they have any questions or need some assistance as well in terms of services.
Now, when we go through life, this is unfortunately what happens. Some folks, we get to that place in our life. Many times it's aging out, but oftentimes it's not, right?
Aging out in terms
when
of,
you get older and then you get to that place where you can't take care of yourself anymore.
Yeah. The elderly population is growing quickly due to the baby boomers. The baby boomer population is now turning 65 and over, and so the number of guardianships in the probate court in Stark County has increased dramatically.
Yeah, when you said that number 1,700, you know, in a population the size of Stark County, that's a pretty high number to deal with, and it's growing every year, you're saying.
That's correct. When I took office in 2004, there was almost 1,200 guardianships, and now there's over 1,700.
Oh, my gosh. So it just continues to grow, and hence now you have the director of the Court Angels program, Jennifer Bergert, is joining us here this morning. And well, how long have you been with the program?
I've been with the program since January of last year.
Okay, so you've had that full year plus to get acclimated on it. And, you know, when you first were introduced to it, what were your feelings then and what are your feelings now?
It was a great project. I felt passionate about it, and I was excited about being part of it. And now that has just been verified by the work that I've done, the people I've met, the things that the program has accomplished. And
you've been in it now, and really a lot of your project, if you will, your job is finding folks who can help and assist you in this. Tell me about the Court Angels in particular. These are volunteers from all walks of life?
Correct.
All right, so tell me a little bit about them and what are you looking for in a Court Angel?
We're looking for volunteers with a heart, people who want to help individuals and care about people and are willing to take some time every month to go and visit individuals and make sure that their wards are being met. With regard to the qualifications, you have to be an adult. Mm-hmm. You have to have a driver's license. You undergo a background check. And you also have to undergo training as well.
Now, many times, are they friends of any of the wards? Or is it that, or is that really not acceptable?
Well, really, we don't want people visiting their friends because that creates a conflict of interest.
Okay. All right, so you're looking for anyone who has time? What kind of time commitment are we talking about?
With regard to the time commitment, you have an interview, and then there's also the training, which is 3 hours, and you can do that either at the training that we have annually that Jennifer conducts with assistance from DD, the Board of Mental Health, as well as the Area Agency on Aging, which is now Direction Home. Or they can do it on their own with regard to DVD training. We have discs.
Oh, really? So there's actually DVD training for folks now, too.
Yeah, right.
So it's a 3-hour training program. It doesn't have to be necessarily all at the same time. I'm assuming there's a test of sort? I mean, do I have to pass some sort of I have made this training and now I'm eligible to do this?
Well, we review some of the forms that they'll have to fill out afterwards and answer questions. So, yes, I mean, we don't give an actual test, but typically they feel pretty prepared after the
Well,
the
maybe I
trainings.
should probably ask, Patty Miller, who's here, who is
Yes.
a court angel, and
Yes.
how long have you been with the program?
14 months. I actually worked in the corporate world for 42 years, but I always knew that I wanted to volunteer post-retirement. And so I did research. I went online and I started looking at what volunteer opportunities are available within Stark County. And, it's self-awareness, too, that I knew I couldn't work with pets, or I'd get in trouble with my condo association. I'd be kicked out for, having 50 pets. And, I worked with Junior Achievement in the corporate world for 12 years, 33 weeks a year. It was a big commitment.
Oh, my, that is a big commitment.
Yes. But, post-retirement, I knew I wanted something that was flexible. I like people. That was the biggest challenge for me. I'm retired now. My interaction day to day in the business world was, talking with people all day long on phones, 60-hour work weeks, travel, airplanes. And now the reality set in. I'm single. My kids are gone. And now I have retirement. What am I going to do the second half of my life? And the court angel for me, that's my new job.
Wow. And you've done it for 14 months now, but the time commitment for you isn't a lot, is it, on a weekly basis?
No. What I do is, I'll go down to the courthouse and I'll pick up a case, review it. So I'm there about an hour, and then I go home and I call the guardian and I schedule an appointment to meet the ward and the guardian, and then I'll go out on site to a facility or their home. I usually go to the private home because I prefer that. And, I'm there from an hour to, last week or a couple weeks ago, it was 2.5 hours because the guardian just wanted to talk. She wanted to talk to someone about, her story. And, so it ranges in time. So every case can be up to 3 to 4 hours time commitment. And I can take 2 cases a month, or, I can take 20
Or
a month.
more if you want to,
Yes.
right. It depends. I don't know. It sounds like you have a very busy retirement is what you're doing, right?
Well, I tried golf and that didn't work out. So.
Oh, no, really?
No.
Boy, that's like the numero uno for folks. You can't do that, then there's some problems. So
That's not a good thing for me.
Awesome. All right, well, it's 13 minutes after 9 o'clock before we take our first break. If anyone is interested in learning more about the Court Angels program, what do they do? How do they get in touch with you?
They can Google Stark County Probate Court, and there's a court angel icon on our website, and they can click on that, and there's information about the court angel program, as
Okay.
well as an application.
All right, and then somewhere along the line, I'm sure they're going to end up talking with Jennifer. You get a chance to talk with them and do
Yes.
that. All right, well, we're going to take our first break right now. When we come back, maybe a little bit more in depth about your experience, Patty, on being a court angel. Maybe an interesting story, or someone, maybe why it's rewarding to you would be really helpful, I think, for folks listening, thinking, because if you're going to do a volunteer, you want it to be rewarding where you come away thinking, this is pretty nice. So we'll be back in just a few on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
The Hackenberg Financial Group wants you to win $1,000 with Sourcebook. Fill out the official entry on page 11 or send a postcard with your contact info to Sourcebook, 550 Market Avenue South, Canton 44702. Entries must be postmarked by June 1st. Winner drawn June 8th. Visit WHBC.com for a list of pickup locations. The 2018 Sourcebook, your source for $1,000 cash. Made possible by the Hackenberg Financial Group.
I know my mind is fading, and I know I can't make the decisions I did when I was younger. I don't remember how to handle my money. I can't remember which medications my doctor told me to take. So I have a guardian, so I can continue to live independently.
This is Judge Dixie Park. Our guardians are in need of volunteers to help check on the most vulnerable residents in our area, those who are unable to care for themselves due to physical or mental disabilities. As a court angel, you will visit adult wards at nursing homes, group homes, and private residences. You will check in with the guardians and their wards, reporting on the care being provided and noting any requests that will enhance the ward's health and welfare.
Court Angels assist the guardians and probate court. Your recommendations can provide greater comfort and care to those not fully capable of caring for themselves. What a wonderful service you will be providing. For information on how you can become a Court Angel volunteer, contact the Stark County Probate Court.
The Hagen royal family. They think we work for them. It's been that way for years. First State Representative John Hagen, then State Representative Christina Hagen, and now they're planning to anoint a new king, young Josh Hagen. He's running for the same seat to sit on their Hagen throne. We're their peasants, depositing nearly $1 million in the Hagen treasury. And even though Josh's only known job is as an unlicensed service technician for a family business that has never been registered with the state of Ohio, it doesn't matter. No qualifications, no real-world experience, no record of public service. That's no problem when you're a Hagen. Just ride the family coattails. At least that's what Josh Hagen thinks. But every dynasty must come to an end. It's time to topple the Hagen kingdom and stop the Josh Hagen coronation.
Paid for by Conservative Alliance PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. 216-931-0038.
Okay, so where do more Americans turn first in the morning to start their day? Go on, tell them, Robin.
Good morning, America.
George.
Good morning, America.
Lara.
Good morning, America.
So, take it from Robin.
Put some good in your morning.
With ABC's Good Morning America.
This is Robin Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Interested in that half-off mattress sale? Don't be. Most retailers are just promoting half off a completely made-up price loaded with huge markups. At the Original Mattress Factory, we have never had a sale. Our hand-built quality and value are there every day, and our prices don't change. So take your time and purchase only when you're ready. Don't buy into the half-off sale hype. It simply isn't real. The Original Mattress Factory. Thoughtfully made, honestly priced.
On your radio.
News Talk 1480.
On your computer.
WHBC.com.
And on demand.
To see what's going on in my backyard.
330-450-1480. Cannon's Morning News with Pam Cook. Now back to Spotlight with Pam and Gary.
Welcome back to Spotlight on News Talk 1480 WHBC. We're talking about the Court Angels program this morning. My guest in studio, Judge Dixie Park, Patty Miller, who is a Court Angel, and Jennifer Bergert, the director of the Court Angels program this morning. Before we get back into that, just a quick reminder. This evening at 6:30, Cavs fans, the playoffs underway. They lost the first one, but they've got the second one in hand. 6:30 tonight. The Cavs take on Indiana, and we'll have that game for you right here on 1480 WHBC. All right, when we left our story, Patty Miller was talking about her sudden retirement, and then now she's not so retired. Is that a...
Yes, true.
All right. So it's interesting when we were talking off air with Judge Dixie and Jennifer, they were saying that you've become a great asset, that not only are you volunteering and becoming a court angel, but you're maybe a court angel in the office as well. What are they talking about?
Well, my whole career, is with 2 insurance companies, and, I retired early and was recruited by another insurance company and ended up working 5 years there. So my background is process, workflow, and as a director of training, learning and development. So,
so you got in that office and saw some things that could be improved, maybe?
All the paper.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was amazed at all the paper.
Is that a governmental thing? I mean, there's just a paper trail for everything. You have to, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for, how many times do we touch this piece of paper? And, so I've worked with Jennifer and the office staff and, raised some questions. I asked a lot of questions, and then we started talking about maybe some different processes that we could put in place for the office.
Oh, Jennifer, she's the perfect employee. You don't pay her. And
but we have a candy bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And the volunteers appreciate that.
But I'm always on a diet. So.
Right.
So you don't even take advantage of that too often.
Yeah.
Oh, my. So not only is she a volunteer, but she's also, I always love that if I had an employee, to be able to say, look, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take my job. So with that, how would you improve it? And that's pretty much what you've done, huh?
Yes, and I enjoy that work. And I look forward to the future opportunities of how I can improve the process. I'm certified in change management, so I like change. And so I think I offer quite a bit of the skills and attributes to help the Court Angel program.
Well, Jennifer, you and I know probably Patty is one of your star volunteers, but you have many volunteers, don't you?
We do, yes. We have 69 volunteers right now. And our next training is on April 20th, which is this Friday. Right now we have about 4 scheduled for that, but there's still opportunity to train if anyone's interested.
All right, so let's talk about those training programs. So let's say Gary is listening right now to the show and hears that there's these opportunities. They can go on the website, but is that the way they would sign up to go to this particular training program?
Yes. The first step is to fill out the application and get that to us so they can mail it in or drop it off. Then we run a background check.
Now, how long does that process take? Background check, I hear that and I go, oh, is that going to take a week? And the FBI is going to call back and say, man.
No, normally we do an internal background check and then we have a secondary one. And the secondary one comes back usually within 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
But volunteers are welcome to train. Just understanding that if the background check comes back negative, they won't get their ID badge. So it's their time, and we value that, but we let them know, you're welcome to train if you're confident that your background check is going to come back okay.
And for the most part, background checks will. I mean, what does that look for? If you've got a criminal record somewhere in your background, in your past, it's not because I have 3 outstanding parking tickets in the city of Canton.
Not necessarily,
right?
No.
Okay.
Theft, domestic violence, things like those. These volunteers are going into people's homes, so we want to make sure that they're the right kind of people to visit in homes if they choose to visit in homes.
All right. So then in this process, let's say we get past that or we've filled in their application and then you said, when is your next training?
It's this Friday.
This Friday.
At 9:30 a.m. Yes.
Now, what takes place in that training? I mean, it's obviously, I'm assuming you're teaching it.
Yes, I do the trainings. We start out with just some introductions. We take their photos for their ID badges. And then we go through the documents that they're going to be using and reviewing when they do their visits. So we go through the Guardian's report, the statement of expert evaluation. There's a lot of valuable information in those about the individuals that they're going to be interacting with. And then we have speakers come in from the Board of DD, Coleman, who are some of our mental health wards. They are the guardians for those individuals. And then we have Direction Home come in and give us some information on the Ombudsman Program. All
right, because they help you out with how to understand. You're dealing with wards and maybe a little bit more explanation of that. These are folks who really can't take care of themselves, so they have a guardian. And you work with that guardian. And what's the purpose of the Court Angel then?
To just confirm that the wards are doing okay and to make sure that their needs are being met, and also to assist the guardians if they have any questions or concerns with regard to services.
Okay, so this is kind of a checks and balances too. In one hand, you're making sure the guardians are doing the right thing for the ward, right? And then on the other hand, it is also maybe getting to know the ward. So tell me, I'm going to go back to Patty really quick, and it asks you to maybe think about how rewarding is that part of it? I know you're pretty good in the office, but are you enjoying meeting some of the folks that you've had a chance to check in on?
Well, it's very rewarding because each case is different. The diagnosis of the ward may be similar, but when you actually get on site, with the ward and the guardian, every case is different. They're individuals, and, it's just rewarding because the ward may be verbal or nonverbal. And at times, I've been on a couple cases where the whole family sits down with me.
Oh, really?
It's not the ward or the guardian. It's, the mother, father, the siblings sit down and want to talk about the ward and, their interactions and day-to-day life.
And what kind of things do they want to talk about? They want to make sure their family member is doing well, and they're looking into maybe what the court can do, maybe in addition?
I always ask, how can I help you? Is there anything you need from the court? How are you feeling? I ask the ward if they're verbal, and then I also ask the guardian, is there any help? Tell me how you're feeling. And, I've actually had people crying. We talk through the situations because sometimes it is overwhelming. And, but, in one case it was interesting because the guardian actually had the chain of command that, she was older, and that when she passed away, they already selected in the family who they were going to I think there's a process through the court where the judge approves who the next guardian is. So they've already selected that like 3 generations ahead. You know?
No kidding.
Yeah. So it's just interesting, you know, when you're out talking to these individuals, you know, all their situations and what they deal with in their day-to-day life. And I always ask the ward, what do you do each day? And they're so excited, you know, to talk about what they do, what they're involved in, you know, what classes they take, their friends. So it's just such a rewarding experience. And, you know, I had a case a few weeks ago, and I actually was a case in the probate court because I adopted 2 sons. Mm-hmm. So I had the home visit. You know, I had the pre-check, and then I had the post-wellness check with my 2 babies. And I went into a home where they had a ward, but they had 4 adopted children. And the mother talked, that was my 2.5 hours where we sat and talked about adoption and the ward and the interaction, and the families sat around and we just talked about their situation, and just a beautiful family.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, it's nice. You get to know them, and you feel you feel maybe you're making a difference.
Yes. And they always ask, "Are you coming back next year?" And I always say possibly.
Now, let me ask you: is it just a once-a-year visit, or you would like to probably have more, Dixie, if you had more folks, right?
Well, if we could get to once a year, that would be great.
Because you're still not to that point yet.
Right.
So the need is there for more volunteers. All right. Well, before we take our break, and we're just about at that end point, how do folks volunteer to learn more about this again?
Well, they would contact the probate court.
Mm-hmm.
They could call the probate court at 330-451-7752. They could go online, click on the link. We also have a Facebook page. They can send a message directly to us.
What's the Facebook page? I mean, what would you Google to find it?
Court Angel Volunteer Program.
And probably
Facebook.
put Stark in, maybe, right?
Yes.
Stark Court Angel Program, and it should pop up pretty quick, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hope that SEO is working fine. All right. It's 9:27 on News Talk 1480. We'll be back in just a moment for the second half of this Wednesday morning's edition of Spotlight.
On your radio.
News Talk 1480.
On your computer.
WHBC.com.
And on demand.
To see what's going on in my backyard.
330-450-1480. Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook.
This is a well-put-together ball club.
Very talented and deep lineup, very talented and deep pitching staff.
Managed by one of the game's very elite.
We're going to learn together. We're going to win together. We're going to compete together.
There's really only one thing left to do.
Complete the thing that we started a few years ago.
Ultimate goal is the World Series and to finish it off.
There's only one team that can be left standing at the end of the year.
Win the last game of the year. That is a mountain of a task.
We keep knocking on the door. We'll figure it out.
The Tribe on WHBC. The Engraver's Edge is Stark County's award source, offering the area's most advanced equipment and design programs like sublimation printing for full-color awards, gifts, and more. If you print on mugs, pens, t-shirts, rocks, clocks, or other popular hard service items, then sublimation printing is the answer. Teams and leagues from all over Stark County have made the Engraver's Edge their award source, and you should too. The Engraver's Edge, 4915 Fulton Drive in Belden Village. Online at theengravers.edge.com or call 330-497-1120.
Hey, Canton, get ready to run, cheer, and volunteer at the 5th Annual Pro Football Hall of Fame Marathon on Sunday, April 29th. Over 10,000 runners from 47 states and 12 countries will be in town on Marathon Weekend. Join us by visiting HOFmarathon.com. That's HOFmarathon.com.
Relax now, Shanklin's
This is Kip Shanklin, owner of Shanklin Heating and Air Conditioning. Our focus is to provide solutions for your heating and cooling needs. Whether that means repairing or replacing your old or inefficient system, we are a REAM recognized top contractor. Give us a call today and find out how you can save up to 15% or more on every repair or replacement at 330-832-5848. That's 832-5848.
This is WHBC AM Canton. News Talk 1480 WHBC.
I'm Jim Michaels with 1480 WHBC News. Now 29 degrees. Barbara Bush being remembered and mourned from Texas to around the world. Former First Lady died yesterday at age 92.
Her family, including former President George H.W. Bush, by her side. A love of family and her push for literacy, her legacies.
Everything I worried about would be better if more people could read, write, and understand.
Her son, who became a president, said the family is sad, but our souls are settled because hers was. There have been tributes from around the world.
Fox's Dave Anthony. A tragic ending after a family member with dementia goes missing. The body of 56-year-old Mark Billiter of Canton found yesterday afternoon. He was seated against a storage building on the property of the Marathon Station in the area of 5000 Louisville Street Northeast in Nimishillen Township. A passerby made the discovery. Billiter may have died from exposure. He was reported missing Monday morning from the Glenwood Care and Rehabilitation Center on 34th Street Northwest in Canton. It's been a rough spring for Stark County's bike trails. In fact, the towpath trail is closed across the county, with some parts of the county getting 3 inches of rain over the weekend.
High water in areas, especially the low areas, and also some standing water on the trail that's still working its way off.
Portions of the Middle Branch and Mahoning Valley trails also closed due to high water. Jared Shive with Stark Park says they were planning to head out to the trails beginning today to assess the damage and see if repairs need to be made. Big dollar loss at the Kimball landfill outside of Dover on Monday night. Damage estimated $250,000. A machine used to grind paper for recycling at the facility was destroyed in a fire. Workers were able to pull the machine outside so the flames would not spread. No cause for that fire outside of Dover. I'm Jim Michaels. More 1480 WHBC News at 10.
Hall of Fame City weather.
Here's your AccuWeather.com forecast. Clouds will be on the increase today, and while it's largely dry, watch for a shower in the area later in the afternoon. Temperatures improve, the high 52, but then it's going to be cloudy with a couple of showers tonight, a low 35. Rain showers will mix over to be snow showers tomorrow. It's going to be windy and raw. Definitely cold for this time of the year. The high only 43. Stays brisk and chilly with some sun Friday and a high of 47. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Guys in and guys out, and coaches being out, players been injured.
Feels like a number of seasons within the season.
Division champions, but we don't play for those. We play for that gold ball.
Try to do things we haven't done all season, when it comes to the playoffs.
After everything that's going on with our team, it's a pretty cool thing.
As we always say, the real thing starts.
The Cavs look to even up their series with the Indiana Pacers. Game 2 tonight, pregame 6:30 on
your Cleveland Cavs connection. News Talk 1480 WHBC.
You make the memories. We make them possible with a mortgage from Friends and Family Credit Union. Stop at one of our 3 convenient locations and visit with one of our loan specialists, Tim, Chris, Becky, or Howard. They're local, knowledgeable, and professional, and they'll walk you through our quick and easy application process. Discuss our competitive rates and low closing costs. At Friends and Family Credit Union, we take the uncertainty out of secondary market complications. You can choose from a conventional mortgage, FHA, VA, fixed and variable, 100% USDA, rural development, and HARP. And your mortgage is serviced locally, which enables you to make your mortgage payment locally with options such as monthly and bi-weekly payments at no additional charge. Friends and Family Credit Union is not federally insured. We are privately insured by ASI up to $250,000 per account. You make the memories, and we make them happen with a mortgage from Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Verndale's Water Center is offering 0% financing on water treatment systems. Call or stop in today.
Tap into Verndale's Water Center. Tap into.
I know my mind is fading, and I know I can't make the decisions I did when I was younger. I don't remember how to handle my money. I can't remember which medications my doctor told me to take. So I have a guardian, so I can continue to live independently.
This is Judge Dixie Park. Our guardians are in need of volunteers to help check on the most vulnerable residents in our area, those who are unable to care for themselves due to physical or mental disabilities. As a court angel, you will visit adult wards at nursing homes, group homes, and private residences. You will check in with the guardians in their wards, reporting on the care being provided, and noting any requests that will enhance the ward's health and welfare.
Court Angels assist the guardians and probate court. Your recommendations can provide greater comfort and care to those not fully capable of caring for themselves. What a wonderful service you will be providing. For information on how you can become a Court Angel volunteer, contact the Stark County Probate Court.
On your radio.
News Talk 1480.
On your computer.
WHBC.com.
And on demand.
To see what's going on in my backyard.
330-450-1480. Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook. Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight on Stark County with Pam Cook and Gary Rivers.
Spotlight returns for the second half this Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. And a reminder, if you are following along at home, we are on Facebook Live. We love to do this and give you an opportunity to follow us on Facebook. But also it's great because after the show, if you missed something, you wanted to hear something else, you can always find it on Facebook. And we, of course, normally have it on our blog as well at WHBC.com. So today we're talking about the Court Angel Program through the Stark Court, of course, and the probate court. And with us in studio is Judge Dixie Park, along with Court Angel Patty Miller and Director of the Court Angels Program, Jennifer Bergert, and they're giving us some great information on that. So I want to start over, if I can, with Judge Dixie Park, and again ask about the Guardianship Program. If you're just tuning in and you are looking for, I guess what we're hoping for is folks who are maybe in retirement early, like our guest here this morning, Patty, who retired at age 25, I guess, seemingly, and but you're looking for maybe a rewarding opportunity to volunteer. This might be, you have how many volunteers right now, Judge?
69.
69, but you really would like to get that up to what, 100 plus?
Sure.
Or so, wouldn't that be nice?
Absolutely.
I suppose maybe you'd really like 200, but let's start with
the more the better.
The more the better. All right, and with that, tell me about the Guardianship Program, because through the courts, you have 1,700 people under your care, right?
Correct.
All right, so tell me about that. How does somebody get into that program? How are they a ward, if you will, of the court?
What happens is there's an expert evaluation that's done. If an individual can't make decisions for themselves with regard to their health care, their finances, or where they live, medical decisions, then they may need a guardian. And there has to be a physician or a clinical psychologist examining the proposed ward who gives a statement that's provided to the court indicating that for some reason they're not able to make decisions for themselves. There's a hearing that's scheduled upon the application. The application, usually they have the statement of expert evaluation attached to the application.
Got it.
Notice is given to all the next of kin, and a hearing is set. The proposed ward has the opportunity to appear at the hearing. They have a right to be at the hearing. They also have the right to an attorney.
All right, so some of them may feel that they are not ready for that or they don't need that, right? Is there sometimes that becomes a part of the court record as well?
Correct.
All right, but then if it is deemed that they need to, then a guardian is assigned?
Someone is appointed to serve as guardian, usually a family member. Ideally, it's a family member, but if a family member is not available, we do have some agencies in the community that provide guardianship services.
Okay.
There's volunteers through Guardian Support Services, and they provide guardianship services for individuals that are typically in a facility, such as a nursing home. Right. And then we also have Coleman Professional Services that provides guardianship services for the more high-intensity cases, individuals living in the community. They may have some mental health issues. There's also the statutory guardianship services that are provided, and they take care of the individuals who have developmental disabilities, and that's advocacy and protective services. They provide guardianship services for individuals with DD that have no family members available.
All right. What is amazing to me, or I think very heartening to me, is the fact that not only does the court then provide the guardianships, but somewhere along the line, somebody came up with this Court Angel program. Where did it all start from?
Originally, it started with AARP.
Okay.
And my predecessor, Judge Denny Klunk, initiated the program back in 1992 with the assistance of AARP. there's actually a lady who came to Stark County and assisted with the development of the program, and also assisted in terms of recruiting individuals. And due to other duties of the court and other concerns, the program sort of died. But in 2005, I reinitiated the program, and we've had it ever since.
Yeah. I mean, how happy are you that the program is going now? I mean, it's got to make you feel good that you've got this. I don't know if it's correct to call it a check and balance, if you will, but it kind of is. Because tell me, explain the theory behind it and why you've gone into this and decided to expand it so well.
Well, with regard to the individuals under guardianship, they are not able to make decisions for themselves in certain areas of their life. So we want to make sure that they're doing okay, and that the guardians who make decisions for them have the services in place that are needed as well. So it's just a way to make sure that everyone is doing well with the process and all the services are being provided.
What kind of services are there that's being provided for them?
You know, it could be something as simple as Meals on Wheels.
Got it.
Okay, because sometimes people just need to have
food delivered to them,
correct.
Right? Not. Yeah, that's great.
And it could be that there's some issues with regard to services. They may qualify for a waiver if they're an individual with developmental disabilities, and some services to give their parents some respite.
Got it.
So there's different.
So your guardians, or rather your court angels, are going to be educated on what those are, and maybe be able to help them out to say, hey, by the way, you might not know this is available. Is that how that works?
Yes. When they go out and they do the visit, they interact with the guardian, they visit with the ward. Like Patty said, they'll ask the guardian, is there anything you need? Do you need any services? Do you need referral for services? We have information in our training manual that each volunteer gets that has resources. They can share those with the guardian in the ward. And if there's a question or they're not sure about what kind of information to pass along, then they can make an indication on their reporting form that we should give the guardian a call, make a little note, and then I'll call and speak with the guardian, find out some more information, and then try to get them connected with some other services or talk to their SSA or get them to the right place where they can get the information they need.
So really, boy, I can see why this is made for Patty Miller, because you'd be an advocate, won't you?
Yes, I'm a big advocate. I talk to all my friends because a lot of my friends are still working, and I talk to them about, okay, when you retire, I have an opportunity for you in Stark County. And so, they have it on their to-do bucket list.
Well, that's nice. And then for the individuals that you're dealing with, and I don't know how many you've met over the course of the last 14 months or so, but many, let's say at least 14, have you had that opportunity to say, hey, by the way, I think there's a service that you might be eligible for that you're not taking advantage of?
I always offer it, and I talk to them about their situation. I haven't come across anything because, they've worked with with Judge Park, and they know what the services are. So they say that, they know about Social Security, they know about Medicaid, they know about the different services that Stark County and different agencies offer.
Well, that says a lot about the court, I think, that, it's not only are you having to handle 1,700 cases, but you've got a very busy guardians working with this and getting it all together, and then getting the court angel program working together. It seems pretty good. But you're telling me it's not enough. You need more people, right?
Right.
All right, so we're looking for some court angels. And before we take that break, which we've got to do right now, give us a phone number and website, Facebook address. Folks can go to get more information and get signed up.
Okay, the court phone number is 330-451-7752. The website is... You can Google it. It's kind of long sometimes, but it's the Stark County Probate Court. If you Google that, it'll take you directly to our website. There's a link on the left side for Court Angels. You click on that, takes you right to our application, or you can search for the Stark County Court Angel Volunteer Program on Facebook or on Google, and it should link you to our site, and then you can click on Send a Message, and that'll come directly to me through an email, and we can get you set up for training.
Awesome. Very good. All right, we're going to take our final break. We'll be back with our final segment of Spotlight with the Court Angels Program. We're going to get a couple of folks signed up today. Got to get you doing that, so we'll be back in just a moment.
I know my mind is fading, and I know I can't make the decisions I did when I was younger. I don't remember how to handle my money. I can't remember which medications my doctor told me to take. So I have a guardian, so I can continue to live independently.
This is Judge Dixie Park. Our guardians are in need of volunteers to help check on the most vulnerable residents in our area, those who are unable to care for themselves due to physical or mental disabilities. As a court angel, you will visit adult wards at nursing homes, group homes, and private residences. You will check in with the guardians in their wards, reporting on the care being provided, and noting any requests that will enhance the ward's health and welfare.
Court Angels assist the Guardians and Probate Court. Your recommendations can provide greater comfort and care to those not fully capable of caring for themselves. What a wonderful service you will be providing. For information on how you can become a Court Angel volunteer, contact the Stark County Probate Court.
It's the little things, like turkey, dressing, and pumpkin pie. Wait, in April? Peebles is turning April into the new November with our Orange Friday sale. Get ready for peeled back prices store-wide, like a 40-inch HD TV for $149.99, hardside luggage for $29.99, and 10-piece cookware for just $19.99. Plus, our first 50 guests could win a $500 gift card or other great prizes. The Orange Friday fun goes all weekend. Peebles, little things mean everything. Peebles is part of our Stage family. Offer exclusions apply.
Our pets are as precious to us as our family is. They greet us happily when we come home. They provide us with a sense of companionship and are always by our sides. It's been said that a pet's life is a percentage of our lives, but we are all of their lives. And it hurts terribly when we lose our fur babies. Hi, this is Glenn Dumoulin with the Paclay Pet Crematory. In 2012, we opened our pet crematory separately from our human crematory to take care of the families who have suffered the loss of a pet. Every pet is taken into our care with the love and respect that they deserve. Our promise to each family is that your pet will be cremated one pet at a time, and you can be assured that the cremated remains that are given back are those of your pet only. Cost is based on the weight of your pet and includes a container. For more information, visit our website at paclay.com or call us at 330-833-3222. That number is 330-833-3222.
The Hagen royal family. They think we work for them. It's been that way for years. First State Representative John Hagen, then State Representative Christina Hagen, and now they're planning to anoint a new king, young Josh Hagen. He's running for the same seat to sit on their Hagen throne. We're their peasants, depositing nearly $1 million in the Hagen treasury. And even though Josh's only known job is as an unlicensed service technician for a family business that has never been registered with the state of Ohio, it doesn't matter. No qualifications, no real-world experience, no record of public service. That's no problem when you're a Hagen. Just ride the family coattails. At least that's what Josh Hagen thinks. But every dynasty must come to an end. It's time to topple the Hagen kingdom and stop the Josh Hagen coronation.
Paid for by Conservative Alliance PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. 216-931-0038.
This is PJ Chavez, director of Sing Stark, with Voci, inviting you to join us tonight at the Canton Brewing Company. Because at 7 p.m., the magic happens. So bring your best voice, no matter what it is. And let's learn Respect by Aretha Franklin and Jimmy Buffett's Cheeseburger in Paradise. And when we're done, we'll all sound like pros. And maybe the vibes will bring some warmer weather. So bring a $5 cover charge, all your friends tonight, and let's have a Sing Stark blast.
Oh my gosh, hard to believe it's our final segment of this week's Spotlight on Wednesday edition. The Court Angels program is here. Don't forget, we are on Facebook Live, and you can follow us along there. Plus, it'll be available afterwards when it's published, so that'll be good as well. But please do say hi to everybody who's in the studio. I'm Gary Rivers, along with Judge Dixie Park to my immediate right, and then Jennifer Berger, the director of the Court Angel program, and Court Angel Patty Miller. I love it when you bring in the Court Angels because we get a chance to really hear from the front lines, if you will, Dixie. And Patty, you were mentioning, it's not just for retirees.
No, I wish I would have had this opportunity or found this opportunity many years ago, or I would have been a veteran, many years at Court Angel.
I mean, this is really rewarding to you, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, what is it that draws you to it?
I just think the family element, and, I guess I like talking to the guardians to understand what their life is, and it's not that I can relate to it. I just have a lot of empathy for their lives. I mean, they're very happy people for the most part.
Yeah.
And their lives have changed dramatically because
they're taking care of a family member usually,
yes.
and something like that. And so have that, it is life-changing,
Yes.
I guess.
And I like to talk, and I like people.
It's perfect.
All right. Well, she was telling us, though, that it's not just for retirees, but what other walks of life do volunteers come from?
Yeah, we have volunteers that work full-time. And so to accommodate them when they can't get down to our office to pick up case summaries, we can email them the information. They can do their visits. They are not limited to court hours. A lot of our wards might attend workshop or have jobs, and so they might not get home until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So those people who work full-time would still have opportunities to do visits in the early evenings or on the weekends or their days off. So we do have, like I said, several, probably half a dozen at least, volunteers that work full-time. The rest, most of them are retired.
Right. But you also said there's student internships. Tell me about that.
Yes. There are opportunities for students as well. We've worked with Malone, Walsh, Stark State, Kent State, the campus at Stark.
And what students would
Akron
jump
Law.
into this for internship? Would this be someone who's going into law, someone who's going into social services?
Yeah, we have had students from psychology background, psychology studies, social work, nursing, human development and family studies, gerontology. We've had a couple of law students. So there are opportunities for lots of different students to come in and check out the program. They can earn hours for service learning or internship or practicum.
All right,
We've had several take advantage of that.
If you're a student at one of those universities, how would they find out about you other than listening to this program? Is this offered to them through the universities?
Yes, we've connected with a lot of the supervisors of those programs to pass this information along to students. And then, as we work with them, they'll pass it along to other students. So word of mouth helps a lot, especially with the younger generation. Hopefully, the social media is a way to connect with them also, because they spend a lot of time on social media.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So that's one way to connect with them. But really, it's been the connections we've made with those universities, and they share the information with their students and encourage them to take part in the program.
Well, what's been your experience with the students? I mean, have they come away feeling much like you?
Yeah, they've been wonderful. We actually have one student who did her original just service learning project with us and then did her practicum with us and is now employed at the court with us.
Oh.
So she had a lot of passion for the program, and she's done a great job and been a really great addition to our program.
Right. Now, also, might want to mention that these volunteers, these court angels, they can put in as many hours as they want. Mm-hmm. Like some may end up working in the office and working with you, like our guest here this morning, Patty, but others may just put in, as low as 4 or 5 hours a month?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It just depends. I mean, if it's a student and they have certain hours they have to meet, then we work with them. They can attend hearings and observe some of those types of internal court procedures. They can go on visits with our court investigator. There's lots of opportunities for students, but with all the volunteers, I would say on average, it's growing because we've got so many, but we have certain volunteers that will pick up a case every Monday and then come back the next week, drop it off, pick up another one. They're very regular.
Yeah.
Some will come pick
up
a bundle of cases, like 20 cases, and then go and do all those visits and then bring them back periodically or just bring them back all at once.
So there's no real set. It's just whatever you can do and work with. As long as they've been approved, you've got a nice situation here. And I think it probably takes somebody a little bit of time to get acclimated, doesn't it? I mean, they've got to learn this and then find out. I mean, I don't know. When did you know, Patty, that you loved this and wanted to continue doing it?
Well, my training was February 2017. So I had to wait to be approved as far as, the background check and everything. So by March...
You weren't sweating it at all, were you?
I don't even think I have a traffic ticket. But so in March, I took my first 2 cases because I was going to start out very slow. And I was nervous.
I was going to say, that's probably a little nervous at first.
Yeah, because you're going into someone's home, and and it was a great experience. It was a 19-year-old man, and I went in, and it was their first home visit, so they were nervous. So,
oh my!
And
I would have said, Jennifer, you coming with me?
Yeah.
Right?
We do that.
Do you?
We do go along with the volunteers if they would like. Yes.
Yeah. But I wanted to do it by myself, and we actually have a questionnaire, so you're just walking through a questionnaire, so it's an easy process. You're just documenting and talking with them and making notes on the side. So I felt comfortable after I did the first few.
Yeah. And then after that, it was just now you're almost in a pattern, if you will, of knowing what you're doing and working in the office, for goodness sakes, on occasion. So that's great. All right. Well, we've only got about 2 minutes left really to go. So, folks, you're here today on our Spotlight program saying we would love to get more volunteers like Patty and others. If they want to do that, again, let's go through that process. It is go to the website first and foremost, right? And give us that address and phone number to call.
The Stark County Probate Court website. You can Google that for the link. The phone number is 330-451-7752. Or they can go on Facebook and click on the send a message, and that'll send a message directly to me, and we can connect that way.
All right, then you connect, and then what will happen after that is you make sure you contact them either by phone and what have you, and then you start that process going. Just a reminder, though, this Friday is a training session. So there is a training session people go through.
Yes.
And how long is that?
It's 3 hours, and then we feed them afterwards.
Well, that was my next question. So you do feed them.
We have lunch.
Okay.
Yes, we'll have coffee in the morning, and we'll have lunch afterward.
Does that help? Does they get to know you? You get to know them?
It's nice because after sitting through the training, we just sit and chat, and we'll have the bailiff come in and kind of talk about some things that he does, just sort of casual, and they get to know each other. And a lot of times the volunteers will just sort of chat, and the judge always comes down and visits. And so it's very nice just to kind of connect with people after the training.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Well, I love it. This is the Court Angel program from the Probate Court with Judge Dixie Park. They've got 69. We need to hit 100.
Yes.
So you're on the clock, people, listening to our Spotlight program. If you have any more questions, obviously go up to your website and find out. And again, and if you want, I would call and ask for Jennifer Bergert, okay? And that'll take care of that. Or what I would do is probably call up Patty Miller. She'll probably be down there.
She could come back with us to the office after. Help answer the phones.
Go from there. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning and sharing the stories.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye, everybody. Coming up next, J. David Ress for Gary Rivers. I'm going to take a little break and go get my lunch. Maybe they have lunch at the office. I'm going to go find out. We'll be back.